Looking into Rudy and A Raisin in the Sun, how did each of the characters from the movie and the book pursue their American dream?
I personally think that Rudy took his American dream and really went for it and he did everything he could to achieve it. I think that the younger family had their American dream and had it in sight, but there were a lot of things that they couldn't control that was blocking them from achieving that dream.
Yeah, 100%. I think that Rudy definitely showed the hard work and dedication, no matter like how much time it took or how much effort. He just kept on pushing through. In the younger family, they had their strengths, but they also were a little too rushed into making their decisions and possibly a little greedy when making those decisions.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like what the American dream is the work you put in, and if you work hard enough, you will achieve like your dreams. And I think Rudy exemplifies that perfectly when he just perseveres and doesn't quit and eventually accomplishes his dream of playing for Notre Dame.
And Rudy had obstacles too, just like the younger
Mhm.
family did. Like Rudy, he was unathletic, he was small, he was short. People told him, especially his family members told him he wasn't gonna do it, he wasn't gonna achieve his dream. And the younger family had the same situation, they were impoverished, they were because of their race, it was blocking them from a lot of the opportunities that they had. So they both faced their own obstacles that were out of their control.
Yeah, and I think Rudy definitely worked around those obstacles and I would say put more dedication into it and like really thought it out. However, the younger family, I mean, yes, they were faced with these challenges, but I think part of them also felt like these challenges were just going to be there forever and they couldn't completely do anything about it. So they didn't maybe try as hard.
Yeah, I agree how the younger family uh kind of like played a victim card a lot of the book and didn't really act on things, more so complained about it. And Rudy with like his best friend dying and all the doubt that he received from like even the people he was closest with, like his family, he just kept going. And I don't know, that's like the American dream.
Speaking of family, neither family was really supportive of the main character's dreams. Even we all know Rudy's family wasn't supportive of his dreams, but even younger family like Walter Lee, he had this big dream and he had it all planned out of how he was going to get the liquor store and how he was going to become the best version of himself, but his family members didn't fully believe him enough to give him all the money or give him the opportunity to do that. It was risky, but he could have been really successful if people had believed in him.
Yeah, even beneath us, the sister, her dream of becoming a doctor, her mother was like believed in her to a certain degree, but didn't fully give her the support she needed, I feel like. And so that also wasn't helpful in the family support and like she felt isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just like I said earlier, just the people closest to you can also doubt you and the things you want to accomplish in your life. And I think the main goal you should have is just to keep going and have zero, just, I don't know, uh,
Like
zero.
doubt in
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
But no matter how many times Rudy's family or his dad or his brothers told him he wasn't gonna do it or his teammates even, he never stopped working hard, he never stopped giving up, not even once. Even but he did experience a little bit of a part at the end where stuff really went wrong for him. When he was finally promised he was gonna be able to run out and he was gonna be able to be on the field with the team and then the coaches switched and he didn't it was the final game and he didn't get put on the roster. He had a moment of doubt in himself too, just like the younger family experienced.
I mean, even with like he applied, how was it, 3 or 4 times to Notre Dame, he didn't get in until like the very last try, till it was the last chance he was actually given to actually get into the school. And but it just goes to show like the perseverance is like so crucial. And although that was kind of seen in the younger family, it wasn't seen to the same degree as like Rudy showed it. It was more just instant gratification and let me get the money quick and then quick go turn it all in and then all of it's going to come back to me right away, but even more, it's just not at all what they expected.
Well, the younger family, because they like didn't, I think it was because they didn't like take time with their dream
Right.
and let it like run its course like Rudy did. Like Rudy,
Mhm.
it took a very long time for him, and he had to
Mhm.
go through a lot of changes, a lot of ups and downs before he was able to achieve his dream. The younger family took the money and they were like, "This is my ticket to my dream," and especially Walter Lee made some bad decisions with that. So then they had that doubt and lost all their money. And even though like they might have persevered kind of, and it kind of came back good for them, I guess, in the end. Like they didn't let somebody tell them they couldn't move into this neighborhood.
Mm.
They still didn't have the same perseverance that Rudy did, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think like a pivotal point in Rudy's journey was when he wasn't on the roster spot and he was just wanted to give up, and the janitor, who he would never thought would have been that like influential on his life, was the person who made him keep going. And that just shows like his family was doubting him, and this random janitor was the one who opened his eyes to see all the things he had around him, and like his life, the school, just all the things.
And that's true.
It's almost like that journey kind of became his family
Yeah.
for a minute there.
So now, like, all together, do you think the American dream is truly attainable for everybody, or does it only like pertain to certain people?
I still definitely believe it's attainable for everyone. I think that everyone, it's not that they're given equal opportunities, they're definitely given not as equal opportunities, but each person has a chance to work hard and work towards it. And some people take that course and like go about it wisely, and some just look for the instant gratification, which can lead them to failure.
I think that the American dream is attainable for people who like have the mindset and are willing to work for their dreams. But if you are letting things that you can't control just get in your way and make you anxious and make you fearful of taking risks and getting out of your comfort zone, then the American dream is just not for you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off what she said, like, it's all really about how you think about it and how you approach it. Like, everyone's dealt different cards, and, certain people are going to have to work harder than other people. And the fact is that you should never give up and just keep pushing no matter what obstacles you face.
Yeah.
So now just looking at now they've looked at like the American dream as a whole, like now just both stories as a whole, which one like focuses on the American dream more, or which one like shows a more like attainable American dream?
I think both stories show a really good, like, two really good versions of people's complete different situations and what they can be in. But a Raisin in the Sun, I just think it was like an example of what not to do, and just give in to the negative like energy around you and kind of not strive for the best you can every day.
Yeah. I think that Erasing the Sun is also a good realistic version because, I mean, you always look at stories, even like Rudy, where it's a great happy ending, and so it's very exciting and very hopeful. But sometimes you need that realistic story that ends in failure to make you realize it may not be as easy as you thought it was, and you do have to work really hard and you have to keep pushing.
Yeah, I agree. Rudy is definitely more hopeful, and Raising the Sun is more like realistic and grounded in terms of what they're going through and like how they face the American dream. But Rudy's just like he works really hard and he gets what he wishes for.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Mhm.
All right, that's it.